Hello photographers, welcome back. These are 5 things you should be doing to keep your equipment in top shape. Because it's expensive. Alright guys, number 1, the blower. I cannot tell you how many times I have peeked into someone's bag and been unable to find a blower, and I don't know how anyone goes on any photography journey without one of these in their bag. It is just kind of basics 101. How are you going to remove little specks? You're going to get those little specks off that lens without one of these. You're going to use a rag, you're going to rub that grime and dirt into that lens. No, the only way to do it is to blow it off. If you don't have a rocket blower, medium-sized rocket blower, this is about the smallest blower you ever want to carry, because the small ones, totally useless. They do nothing. You might as well just be spitting. Medium-sized rocket blower, get one. I don't care if it's a rocket blower, a green one, blue one. Just make sure you have one of these in your bag because your lens depends on it. Number 2, microfibers. We all love microfibers, or at least I love microfibers, and I keep microfibers everywhere. I have microfibers in my pocket. I keep microfibers out in my truck. I keep microfibers in my camera bag. I have microfibers all over the place. And what happens all too often is I keep my microfiber in my pocket a little too long and it goes to the laundry. What happens then? Well, the detergent in your laundry and in your fabric softener, it gets all caught up in your microfiber. And what happens is, well, you go to wipe your glasses, wipe your, well, $1,000 lens with it. Next thing you know, you have this greasy grime all over your lens. And this is not the kind of grime you can just kind of wipe off with a dry fiber. You're gonna have to get some lens cleaner and start all over. So do yourself a huge favor, and before you throw your pants in the laundry, make sure you get your microfibers out of there too, because it's a massive mess. All right, number 3, and this may seem like a simple one, but it is kind of essential. When you're switching out lenses on the road or on the go, say at the beach, say in the mountains somewhere, it's a lot easier to do if you have an extra one of these little things on hand. It's just the bottom lens cap. That way when you're in your bag, taking one lens off and putting another one on, if this is just sitting around, you can just use that and cover the lens you're taking off really quick and put the next one on. It really just kind of saves time. Otherwise, you're taking one cap off the lens you want to replace, putting it on the old lens. Keeping one of these little things around is just handy. I just keep an extra one laying around in my bag. All right, this is number 4, and this is probably the most important tip of all 5 for keeping your camera body safe. This has to do with your sensor. Your sensor is a very sensitive little thing, and you want to make sure it stays clean and debris free. So whenever you're removing your lens, first of all, let's strap the camera on so you have no chance of letting the camera fall to the ground. But more importantly, this is how you remove a lens from a camera. You remove the lens with the camera tilted downward, always downward, and then remove the lens. Never ever have your camera pointed this way or this way. It's obvious. Things fall downwards. If you keep your lens pointed down, dust will flow under it, above it, but not inside it. So whenever you change your lens, or for that matter, whenever there is no lens covering your sensor, always keep your camera in a downward position. That's the safest way to keep your camera body. All right, number 5 kind of ties in with number 4, and that is keeping your sensor clean. Your sensor is probably the most important aspect of your camera other than the lens. After all, it basically creates the image you see in the end. And knowing how to clean your sensor and having the tools to clean your sensor is really important. Sending your camera body off to its manufacturer to have it cleaned for $60 or $80 is ridiculous. It's a waste of money. You lose your camera for a long period of time, and it's really just unnecessary when cleaning your own sensor is just a piece of cake. Why don't you just buy a little kit like this? Learn to clean your own sensor. Just be careful and follow the directions. I'll do a video on it, show you how. It's really easy. Clean your own sensor. It just makes common sense.